So this juice machine has two synchro motors. They're 50 RPM, 60 RPM, I'm not sure, 50, 60. So I think it's 50 RPM on 50 hertz, 60 RPM on 60 hertz. So 110 vac takes 50 or 60 RPM, part number, class E, capacitor, voltage for the capacitor. And I've done this job a few times. They turn these spinners up here, so it's got a little tiny compressor in it, and then it's got a little rad with a fan, and then in these donuts there's small coils, and there's hoppers that are obviously taken off because I've taken them off to work on it. And then a little bit of electrical is right there. It's really just two switches. You have your incoming line right there, hot and neutral because it's only 110. And then they change to Euro wiring or Chinese wiring. So blue is the neutral and brown is the hot. And then this comes over, the two yellows come over and essentially feed the synchro motors. And then inside them there's a gear train, so this is what drives the paddle. And you have to swap them, so this is what comes factory, it's a pin type. We don't have that, we need the slot. And the shaft is longer and everything, so you just pry the tabs back and then you'll literally lift the lid off. And there's a plastic gear set, and that's always what goes in here. And these new motors were supposed to come with a metal gear set. I just got two of these motors. And they come with some heavy duty brackets, but we don't use the brackets. And then they come with a little capacitor that you gotta put into the circuit here. So in this case the blue is the hot and the white is the neutral, I believe. And so you just double up the yellows. The red goes to one side of the cap, the green goes to the other side of the cap, and then the blue, which is the incoming power, goes. And I haven't soldered it because I was just testing it to make sure it worked before I solder it and put this all together. And this is the one that I replaced a while ago, and there you can see the soldering. In this case the blacks went to the white, and then the blue was on with the green. And to reverse them, you just switch the green and the red. It's really simplistic. So, and then they T-tap right there down to each motor. They hardly draw anything. And then there's the factory wiring diagram. So, you take them apart, and then you take this hub off, and it screws up inside there, right there, and then it drives this shaft that the spinner sits down inside. So anyways, what always happens is that little plastic gear off of the motor strips, and then the drive gear comes off, and there's the reduction, and then there's the gear that sits like this and then spins it. So always what strips is this little tiny plastic gear right there. And I thought, I'll have to go back, I thought when I ordered these it was supposed to come with a metal gear train, because that's what strips. So anyways, if you have to take apart your juice machine to fix the synchronous motors, that's how you go about doing it.